Hey there and welcome. These are 25 of the funniest moments that happen during interviews. You won't believe what these guys had to say. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more. When the city cut down an old diseased tree, it fell and crushed a car parked on the street. This eyewitness describes what happened in a hilarious interview.
I hate to say it, it was kind of cool. Guy, doesn't like, destruction. Yeah, that's why we go to demolition derbies. But hey, bottom line, that's that poor girl's new car and she can't get to school.
This resident was among the first to make it out when her apartment building caught fire. She gives the reporter an entertaining version of events.
So the girl come downstairs, she come out her apartment with her baby with no shoes on. She said, something ain't right. I said, oh man. She said, oh man, the building is on fire. I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
This 86-year-old woman was the victim of a robbery when a stranger snatched her purse. She gave this interview after the perp was apprehended. The reporter is shocked when the old lady shows no mercy for the thief.
I hope that they beat her ass. Some of the women in prison beat her ass every day for as long as she's in there.
Some people might say that's harsh.
Well, so what she did to me was even worse.
Flooding in Oklahoma caused the roads to shut down for hours on end. This reporter stops to talk to one of the stranded drivers who has some great ideas for how to pass the time.
Do you mind if we ask you a few questions? How long have you been waiting here? You told me a little bit ago, not too long, but how long have you been stuck here?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yep.
And you were walking up and down. What did you see when you went up there? Did you talk to some of those people that were waiting as well?
No, I got a bag of pork rinds in the truck. I reckon I'm just gonna stay out here and eat my pork rinds and hang out. Might take a nap for a little while.
This man managed to run into a burning building to save babies from the flames, but he still had time to throw shade at Eagles player Nelson Aguilar.
My man just started throwing babies out the window. We was catching them, unlike Aguilar and his mishaps. I like to put that out there.
If there's one thing this guy knows how to do, it's spelling his name. The reporter tries to get this eccentric interviewee back on track, but Jamie isn't having it.
Yeah, Jamie. J, capital J, with a hook. Straight line, under curve, to the left, up top, line straight. A slash, pretzel stick, slash down, to the left. A, pretzel stick, cut, slash down, tree branch, to the right, to the A, double M-I-E-R-A-G-S-D-A-L-E, Jamie Ragsdale.
Reporters ask people in this neighborhood about a car accident that has just occurred. This colorful character gives the best and funniest description of events.
And they begin to race behind each other like cats and dogs. Girl, he hit the pole, his head went to one side and his body went to the other side, and this is the result. Lord be with this young man, he need a blessing. Well, ma'am, I was actually going to buy me a piece of burger from Burger King.
A cat climbs this police officer like a tree during a live TV interview.
Just the possibility of...
Whoa! Hey, cat.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna move you. That's assault.
CCTV caught this woman stealing a car from this car rental business. She returns the next day to find reporters waiting with their cameras. When one manages to corner her, the thief says she only stole because the demons told her to.
Employees say they found her with the stolen car at the Travelodge off Airport Road. Did you steal the car?
Oh, I don't know what you're speaking about, ma'am.
Why did you take the car?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Demons told me to do it.
Who told you to do it?
The demons.
Why did they tell you to do that?
I don't know. I really don't know. No, I didn't take it. The demons took it.
Even after a drive-by, this teen's biggest concern is his lost Hot Pocket.
Robert Moss and Miranda Jackson live around East Rose and say they were shocked when they first heard those shots.
I just kept hearing it. I'm ducking and everything. I got scared. I dropped my Hot Pocket.
A car crashed into a utility pole and disturbed a beehive nearby. The 2 people in the car were stung many times. This man explains what he saw when he witnessed the accident.
All of a sudden, I heard a big boom. I looked back out my door and the electric pole fell and the lines were falling. And there's a guy come out screaming and squalling and running around about like a chicken with head cut. Say I didn't know he was getting eat up by bees. I thought he was just high.
This old man was the only witness to a robbery. The suspects ran into this building and stole the ATM machines. The next day, he gave this dramatic interview.
I said, God, what in the world are y'all doing? I run straight out the street, I hollered, wait, help, 911, somebody call 911, door being broken into, door being broken into.
When a thief broke into this elderly lady's home, he had no idea what he was getting himself into. Turns out that the 82-year-old grandma is very fit from years of bodybuilding.
He was outside saying, please call an ambulance because I'm sick, I hear a loud noise. And I'm saying to myself, what the heck is that? The young man is in my home, broke the door.
She tried not to panic. After all, she spends most of her days doing this. An award-winning weightlifter who just won a competition earlier this year.
And I'm old, but guess what? I'm tough. I took that table and I went to working on him. The table broke.
A mudslide caused the building's outer wall to crumble and fall on this guy's Subaru.
I guess that wall's kind of old. And then it rained hard enough that it brought her down onto my Subaru. This whole section of wall just buckled under the rain.
During a snowstorm, a reporter speaks to one shopper about her plans for the snow day.
We'll probably sit around and cook some soups and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
This woman speaks to a reporter after a tornado devastates their town. Her accounts of what happened is unintentionally hilarious.
I heard a big noise sounding like a truck. I said, what in the world is that? I said, what is that out? He said, that's a tornado. And I was hollering, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It was down and it went up and went right over my van. Thank you, Lord. That's what happened. It come right over my head.
A local station covers news of a massive hailstorm a day after it happened. This animated woman stole the show by using sound effects to describe her experience.
Many said it sounded like nothing they've ever heard before.
He said, kapooyah, kapooyah. Opened my door and I looked out my door and started hitting me in my head. I took out running, ran to my restroom, and then I called my mama to see was she all right.
This excited fourth grader complains about his mom and her rules about protective gear on the local news.
And also my mom thinks I'm a baby, so I can't walk to school sometimes. She thinks I need protective gear when I need to ride a bike. I know how to ride a bike already, even without protective gear.
A British reporter made a massive goof when he introduced this popular Filipina singer as someone completely different. A very awkward exchange follows.
It wants 100,000 people to promise to give up flying for 2020. And one of those asking us to do that, and will be doing it herself, is environmental campaigner Anna Hughes. And
I am not Anna Hughes. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. No, I'm not Anna Hughes. Sorry about that.
Oh, I did.
A man tried to steal this woman's car in the middle of the night, but she was able to chase the intruder off with her bat.
I braced myself. I eased the door open.
5'6", 300-pound Antonio Mosley charged her.
I took that bat and hit him upside the paya. He said, oh!
This hockey player uses his catchphrase a few too many times in this interview.
Which we were glad to just keep him to one and everything like that. And then we went back after the period in the locker room, just talked about what we need to fix and everything like that. Stick to the game plan, get back on it and everything like that. So just paid off, stick to the game plan, you know, stiffen up defense and everything like that. No pinches, everything like that.
This kid is an old soul. He goes on a funny rant about his grandpa and sounds way older than his age.
Apparently, I've never been on live television before. Apparently, sometimes I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently Grandpa just gives me a remote after we watch the Powerball.
In Australia, this guy's wife saw a driver crash his car into the fish and chip shop next door, so he swung into action and chased after the car. In the end, he helped get the hit-and-run driver arrested for his actions.
I've seen the car smashed, and I've seen the bloke walking back to the car. And I said, oh, what are you doing, mate? Like, you can't be leaving the scene. And he goes, don't be a hero, mate. And I said, I'm not trying to be a hero, but the police are coming. And he just decided he'd scoot up the road, and I just said, nah, it's not going on like that, mate. So I jumped in my car, and I started chasing him up the road, and then he went down a side street, and then the police were coming, and I flashed them and sent them off in the direction of him. But, mate, all I had was me jocks on. I was chasing him up the street, and I'm just like, mate.
With a serious snowstorm approaching New York, reporters took to the streets to talk to eyewitnesses. This city resident was kind enough to give her opinions on the matter. She explains why there's nothing to be worried about in her funny, sarcastic style.
About 3-4 weeks ago, it was what? 3 degrees outside. It's a heat wave out here now. I'm not surprised. I love it. It's a heat wave. It's a heat wave. 3 degrees 3 weeks ago. How soon we forget.
This reporter pulls a raunchy prank on unsuspecting passers-by.
Acho que pouca falta de respeito dos governos. Cobre aí, filho. Oi?
That's all we have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you love this video, be sure to leave a comment and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more fun videos like this one.